Welcome everyone to an AI Dungeon Adventure Chapter 8. Last time we managed to sail across the seas and we now find ourselves in the middle of the ocean. We're currently on the way for the eastern shogunate called Shinkenzu. So let's see if we actually manage to get there in time. And as always, the artwork that you see on your screen right now is my brother's artwork of Galder, the main character of the story. You can also find his other artworks on Patreon/Spiham or Instagram/Spiham, where you can read his free-to-read comic. It would mean a lot to both me and my brother if you went in on his Patreon and checked it out. And again, it is free. And with that said, let's head in to Chapter 8. Welcome back, guys, to yet another AI Dungeon episode. So last time we were in the middle of the ocean and we are on our way for the eastern shogunate called Shinkenzu. This time I have a couple of events planned, so I might switch from the AI screen over to something new and pre-written. So watch out for those kind of scenarios. I'm not gonna be like playing the AI all the time. I'm gonna include some pre-written scenarios too. So in this episode you'll get a bit of both, and I hope you enjoy me adding my own writing and stuff into the story. I hope that's appreciated. Okay, let's start off with giving the AI a chance to continue the story. What? The Eastern Shogunate? Why would we want to do that? The winds are from the east. We're already heading east. If we get lost, we might not be able to get back. I'm gonna retry that one. Malak looks out at the horizon. What's the point of that? You pause and suck in a deep breath. We need to start somewhere. Shinkenzu is our best bet so far. Malak raises an eyebrow. It's only because we haven't explored much yet, you say. Malak sighs. Fine. Okay, so Malak's not too keen to go to Shinkenzu. And I understand that. It's far from home, but it's the only way right now. So yeah, I guess you just have to deal with it. Let's comfort her a bit. It's going to turn out okay. Just think about everything we have survived up until now. Malak puts her hands on her shoulders. I know, but you see a tear well up in her eyes. What's wrong? Oh, Malak. Maybe she's a bit scared. She begins, before taking a deep breath and wiping away her tears. It's nothing. You shrug and turn, walking back to the boat. Seal. Oh, that's kind of cold. Let's give her a hug. Oh, sorry, I'm not used to the new AI, so you give her a hug. Okay. Do you want to tell me? She hugs you back and smiles. You're too caring. She pulls away and gives you a kiss on the cheek. Seems like she's fine. Well, solved that problem pretty easily. That's a cute little scene with me and Malik. I appreciate that. Okay. So, we've gotten some scenarios on the boat right now, and we know our goal and destination. So I'm just gonna write, we sail for multiple days. We sail for multiple days. We have to stop in Shinkenzu, you say. Stop what? Lena asks. Why, nothing at all, of course. We're just sailing on direct to our next port of call. That's a weird fucking answer. Let's just... Stop the boat. That's where we are headed. The AI is starting off pretty strong now. I like the responses that the AI gives me so far. Lena pauses. We can't stop there. We need to get to the other dimension where... Okay. Retry. What? Why? Because I'm going to investigate this volcano. Okay. And yeah, I jinxed it. I gave the AI one compliment and then everything goes south. Okay. Let's try one more time. What? So we can walk there? Well, it's closer than Agendori. Okay, let's remove that and this and just add... We are getting close. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say that. Oh, shit, sorry. I'm really not used to this. We are getting close. Okay, there you go. We can't stop. We need to get there before the army does, if we want to stop them. What? What is this? The boat comes to a halt, so we all stand looking out to sea. Why? So we can get looted and killed? You turn to Hans, who is standing next to Malik. You know this territory better than any of us. What do we need to watch out for? He sighs and scratches his head. What? Have Hans been here before? Well, adds some more character to Hans, I guess. There's a town called Shinkenzu a little further along the coast. It's halfway down the volcano and right on the border. It would be a good place to make camp. You nod. Okay. Some more info about Shinkenzu. That's useful. Good choice. Everyone get some rest. We're going to be heading to the Shinkenzu to this Shinkenzu soon. You go meet up with your family in the main. Okay, remove that one. Okay. Everyone get some rest. Malik raises her hand. What's the plan once we get there? You keep your voice calm and reassuring. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of pressure on me now. Everyone's asking back and forth. As I said, Everyone rest. We'll get to this place soon and then we'll deal with the demons. Malak nods but doesn't look convinced. People are like second guessing my choices here. How do you deal with the lava? You pause. We don't, you say. Well, if the volcano erupts, we don't have much choice than wait, I guess. Once we reach the border, the Emperor's army can take care of the demons while we attempt to loot the area and steal anything that looks valuable. Okay, this is getting out of hand. I'm gonna edit this out and right. Let's get some sleep. Okay. Let's get some sleep. You head down to the rooms below deck, and once you enter, you feel your stomach turn. You quickly empty your stomach and then lie down on your bed. I'm getting a bit seasick, huh? You close your eyes and hope that when you wake up, this nightmare will be over. You wake up hours later, lying in a sea of bodies. You sit up and groggily look around. Is this another nightmare sequence? I had one of those before. Everyone is asleep. Packed in... Oh, okay, a sea of bodies. Everyone's lying on top of each other. Okay, I got it. Everyone is asleep, packed in like sardines. You see a hand wave in front of your face as Lena stands over you. Okay. Hey, you look a little better, she says. How long was I asleep for, you ask? A few hours at least. Okay, multiple choices. You remember the dream you had and stand up. I need to check on the crew, you say. You head down to the crew quarters and wake up the men who are sleeping there. No, okay, and the other one is... Fuck, I really needed that sleep. What's the situation? Lena looks out to the volcano in the distance. Okay, I can deal with that one. It's not too bad. Yeah, I'm tapping it for fuck's sake. Okay. It's been a few days minimum before the lava stops flowing and the army could help the guys in Agadori. You stand up. Okay, I'm gonna remove that one. And I'm gonna say... It's the volcano. I'm gonna remove that one, actually. So I'm gonna undo. I'm gonna say... It's the volcano of Shinkenzu. She looks at you confused. What? The volcano. It's erupting, you say. I know that, she says. So while I was asleep, we actually managed to see Shinkenzu in the distance, and its glorious volcano. It's been erupting for days. The lava is burning down the borders, blocking our troops from helping our comrades in Agadori. Retry. Well, are we going to evacuate the army because the volcano is dangerous or what? She sighs and then whispers to you. Okay, this is... I'm gonna try again. Yep, that's the volcano. Shouldn't we wait for the army to come here before attacking? We are not attacking. Let's add... We sail closer to the coasts. You continue to hold the boat steady. We can navigate this. Malak looks out over the water. Oh, multiple choices again? The sea's a little choppy. Shall we head to open sea? Glenn checks the horizon. And in this one, Ben nods in agreement. Okay, let's just ignore both of them. And retry. The wind is blowing steady. The waves in the water are almost invisible due, you assume, the wind, which would explain why it has taken so long for any sailors to navigate this stretch of coastline. There it is. Shinkenzu. Heads up, everyone. Now we can see Shinkenzu and its volcano clearly. Malak turns to you. There's a lot of smoke billowing out from the volcano. You look over the water. The volcano is clearly there, no doubt about it. Should we sail closer in case there are ships trapped in the harbor? Lena shakes her head. Let's dock close to the harbor and use our rowboat to row in. I'm assuming we got a rowboat with us. Good idea, Hans. You stay here. I'll go row us in. Lena turns to the rest of you. Okay guys, we row to the shore and run for it as soon as we touch land. Malak nods in agreement and the rest of you follow suit. Okay, I'm gonna retry. I like the robot ID, you say. What? I said I came up with the ID. Okay, you know, let's just remove the rowboat ID. The AI is getting so confused. Let's sail a bit closer before we dock. Maybe we can dock there. The large harbors are reserved for larger ships. You and Lena try to sail the ship closer to shore, but to no avail. You curse as you realize your mistake. What mistake? The sea is a very unforgiving place. Once the ship has set sail, it is unlikely that it will return safely. Tragically, your journey is cut tragically short. It's so weird. Okay. Sail the ship closer to the harbor. The harbor is full of ships, some small and simple, their purpose to transport goods and basic supplies. However, the largest ships are making their way out of the harbor, against the current. We can dock our boat here and enter the city through that gate. Malak nods and looks out at the ships in the harbor. This will be fine, but we should probably find somewhere to sleep, Malak says. Well, that's true, but it's not our primary objective right now. We should just get safely to land, and then we can think about sleeping. You look over the side of the ship to see the liquid crystals. Okay, you nod and look around. The boat has drifted quite away from the docks. You notice a small islet. Okay, the AI is struggling with docking a boat. Come on, just dock the boat. We don't need to waste any more time on this. Gotta find a scroll, guys. You dock the ship and begin to unload its cargo. The supplies are all standard Imperial issue: food, weapons, and equipment. You hand them out to the soldiers of the Red Lad. You gem. No, okay, let's add it there. Okay, yeah. So now we docked our ship and we unload our cargo. And then, ladies and gentlemen, you can just rest back, and I'm going to slide in to a pre-written scenario. So, enjoy. The boat docked near a harbor covered with pink sakura leaves. You jump out of the boat together with your companions and find yourself in front of a large pathway, which leads up to a gigantic house, built in an oriental style, with curved roofs and dragon ornaments on each corner. The house is made out of strong eastern tree types, which manage to hold several floors on top of each other, and next to the big building are many similar buildings of a smaller size. The remaining area is covered with sakura trees and statues of old eastern gods, as well as previous shoguns. You start walking up the pathway. The air is soft and warm around you, and you feel that you begin to sweat under your freshly bought armor, but you are too amazed over the glorious view in front of you to care about the heat from the volcano. The sunlight is sprinkled with a soft pink shade from the sakura trees around you, and you begin to move closer to the big house at the end of the pathway. You walk up the stairs and find yourself at Shinkenzu Plaza. You feel refreshed, but also determined and prepared. Welcome to Shinkenzu. Malik starts to look around. Well, this is a very expensive looking house, Malik says in awe. It certainly is. So now we find ourselves on Shinkenzu Plaza, and let's see what happens. You say in amazement to yourself, "What's this?" Malik points to a raised platform with several statues standing around it. These are the statues of previous shokuhas. Oh, good to know. Malik walks towards a small door in the side of the main building. Wow, Malik really is really forward. Just walks straight in. This looks like an entrance. Let's go in. Malik opens the little door and looks inside. It's a small entryway. Okay. Walk down the entryway. You all walk down the entryway into a very large room with walls lined with bookshelves and more than a few desks. Okay. A large man with a goatee beard and wearing spectacles sits at a desk. A crown made out of small metal devices sits on his head. He has an excited look on his face as he looks through a map. Let's remove the metal devices. It's a bit weird, but yeah. Hello? Hello? Guess you should act polite. Ah, servants of the Emperor. Thank you for your assistance, he stands up. Emperor Tigrin requests us all of you gather in the courtyard immediately. We are not envoys. Oh, yeah, we are undercover, so maybe we should just play along. Oh, sure. I guess we should just pretend like we're servants of the Emperor. As you say this, the Emperor stands up and quickly walks... Okay. Let's try that again. Oh. Okay. 3 men wearing battle armor sit around a table playing cards. They look like they are having a good time despite being alert. Let's remove battle armor. Wait. Replace it with kimono. They look like they're playing a board game. A young boy holding the hand of an old man looks at some of the shelves with wide eyes. I believe this is the library, Gulder says calmly. Cool. Okay, but what should we do here? Cool, Malik says, impressed by the size of the room. You all take a few steps inside the room when the old man stands up. Hello, he says, studying you all. You must be the ones the Emperor has requested. Yes, Gulder confirms. Again, we should just play along, so let's just be friendly and kind. I am Hideous. Please take a seat. Hideous gestures to the few desks around the room. You sit down and so does Hideous, but he remains standing. Okay. I won't keep you. The Emperor needs me, Hideous says, and begins to look at some of the bookshelves. So, Gulder begins. Should we just ask him straight out about the scroll, or should we... I think we should. Could... But he works for the Emperor, though. Have you heard of the scroll of the blind shogun? Yes, we have a large collection of ancient tomes in this library. I believe it would be somewhere in here, Hideous says, pointing to a few rows of shelves across the room. But I thought the scroll was buried with the shogun's body. Maybe they are copies? Okay, let's retry. You raise an eyebrow with a smile. I have heard of such a scroll, though I've never seen it. Well, if you ever do come across it, make sure to get it. Okay, let's ask him about the tomb. Do you know where we could find the blind shogun's tomb? I believe it to be in the desert south of here, Hideous says. What number is... Okay, retry. He's not in a tomb, Hide says calmly, looking at you. But I can certainly help you with your search. Oh. So he's buried elsewhere, huh? Really? Yes, we do have the Shogun's former place of residence. I can tell you where it is. Why aren't you living there then, Galler? No, let's say, perfect. How can we find it? Hades rolls his eyes. Alright, I'll tell you since you're so eager. You can find it in the Ushkshas desert. You'd have to go through a certain village first though. Let's retry that. Hades walks out of the... Oh, certainly. Follow me. Hades walks out of the library. Galder and Malak follow. You remain in the library wondering what lies in store for you. You and Malak follow. Okay, let's retry this. It is in an abandoned temple in the mountains. The Kishak Mountains, if I'm not mistaken. Do you know how I can get there? Okay, let's remove that with Makajusei. Makajusei Mountains. That sounds better. Oh my god, I keep doing that all the time. I'm so sorry. Fuck. Okay, Makashuzei Mountains, if I'm not mistaken. Do you know how we can get there? It's a good 6-day walk. You can leave tomorrow if you wish, though I would suggest you spend time with the people you'll be traveling with. Malak looks at you nervously. Okay. Makajusei it is. But let's rest here for a while before walking up the mountain tomorrow. Okay, so now we know that his the Shogun's residence was in the Makashuse Mountains, but let's just rest and enjoy the Eastern culture before we climb the mountains. Good idea, Hide says. You spend the next 3 days resting at the temple, eating delicious food and chatting with Hide about various subjects. Okay, I guess we stay there for quite some time. Let's remove that and say hours. I don't want to waste 3 days in the temple. So the next 3 hours. And let's add... You look at your crew and say... Hey, do you guys wanna go shopping and enjoy the culture here? The crew happily agrees, and the 6 of you find a carriage to take you into the city. I think we are 8 now. So the 8 of you find a carriage to take you into the city. You enter a building which resembles a huge castle, walking along a hallway with hallways on each side. Into the city is enough. I can remove the last part. Okay. Look at the eastern city. We have to like add eastern to the actions because the AI keeps forgetting that we're in a eastern place, so they describe it like a western type of castle. So if we remind it that we are in the east, it can give us like it can describe the houses and the atmosphere better. This is where the eastern city ends and the eastern wall begins. The wall is about 20 feet high and made of stone. There is a walkway on top which comes up to about chest height for the average man. Okay. Look at the stores in the town. So now I guess we arrived at Shinkenzu Plaza, like the Emperor's Castle, and now I guess we are in Shinkenzu's city. You stand on top of the stone wall and survey the entire town. There are a few guard towers, but they seem empty. Most of the guards are lazily leaning against the wall or sauntering in the shade. You walk down to the streets. Let's check out the town. The streets are empty. In fact, there is very... Oh, okay, let's retry that. You stroll around town, taking in the sights. There's not much to see though, mostly small humble houses and a large temple. You find a clothing store. I need to find myself some Eastern clothes, y'all. You walk around town for a while, looking at the stores and wondering if anything catches your eye. As you continue to stroll, you come across a store that you think might have something. Enter the store. You step through the entrance of the store and walk up to the counter. A rotund older man in a plain robe stands behind the counter counting out coins. You wonder if he's the owner. Hello. Do you have kimonos? The old man looks up at you and says, I have a few. Why do you wish to know? I need 9 of them in total. You know, when we visit the East, we gotta dress like the East. That's a lot, he says after a second, before putting the coins back in the bag. The old man walks over to a door in the back of the store and goes through it. He returns with a pile of kimonos and places them on the counter. He looks at you and says, that will be 100 gold. I guess that the currency is a bit lower in this part, or the Eastern currency is different from the Western. So 100 gold is maybe 10 Western gold coins, if you understand. So it's not as expensive as it may sound. Pay him and wear the kimonos. Let's go. You pay the old man and take the pile of kimonos. You walk back up to the wall and begin to try them on. You give one to each of your companions. Imagine Hans in a kimono. Oof. What a beautiful sight. You walk back out the store and hand them out. You all step into the doorway so you can all try them on. Okay. Sorry, I have this squeaking chair again. Just bear with it. You try each one on and pick the ones that look best. You give one each to your friends to wear. Captain Argor. Yeah. Don't know who Captain Argor is, so remove that. I imagine me and my comrades like standing next to each other, looking at our kimonos and just being amazed over wearing something new like that. We check out our kimonos. You walk back into the store and begin to look at the different kimonos. Ah, you could... Oh, okay, let's retry. Okay. I have another thing we could do. So, I'm gonna ask my crew, do you want to try the hot springs? The other three agree to come with you. You walk along the base of the wall until you find a good spot. You all strip naked and jump in. Okay, let's say the other 7. My whole crew. Oh, could you imagine Edgar like stripping down naked and jumping into the water? The water is deliciously hot. You all swim around for a bit before gathering on the shore to dry off. This is beautiful. Just being able to relax and check out the city. The springs are really popular, and as such you discover that there are other people here. Oh. None of them are from Galdor, but you... Galdor is me. There are a few people your age relaxing in the water or walking around in the hot springs. However, there are many much older than you. Look at the people here. Basically, it's a bunch of naked old people. After a few minutes, you all head to the opposite side of the springs to find a less populated area. Okay, the AI is struggling with continuing. Okay then, let's undo and try again. You look at the people and notice that there are many different types of races here, though we notice that the vast majority are some sort of pale form of human. Okay, retry. You look at the people in the springs. There's a few men and women your age, a few years older, and a few much older than you. Yeah, okay. I think we got enough hot spring for today. Leave the hot springs and dry off. You leave the springs and walk around a bit. You eventually find a secluded area to change back into your clothes. You walk along the wall until you're back in the direction of the palace. Okay, walk into the street. Oh, a new world event. A family of dragons that have slept for generations in the ranges of West Kedar have been awakened by a mighty magic and are now rampaging across the kingdom. Okay. You walk into the city streets. You're still lost and unsure of your way around, but you are getting hungry again and it's nearly dinner time. Okay guys. I will now add a new written scenario. So lean back, and enjoy another one. Suddenly, the air turned quiet. The wind stopped blowing. The temperature is almost non-existing. It is calm, but unpleasantly unnerving. In front of you is an open area, with stone covering up all the ground beneath you. From a big sakura tree 6 meters in front of you, a shadow appears. It moves quick from side to side, and as it approaches you, it becomes clearer and clearer in the dim moonlight. The creature is a man, about 1.8 meters tall, with his black hair tied up in a bun. His chin is covered with short beard stubbles, and his eyes has a threatening gaze as he watches me from afar. His face has strong features, like he's never frowned or smiled before. A red and white striped kimono is covering up his body, tied in the waist, and with a 70 centimeters long sword at his side. His gentle hand grips the hilt of his sword. His kimono has the emblem of a green dragon on the back, and a matching logo can be found on his right forearm. There is a couple of 10 seconds of silence before he opens his mouth and utters these words. "So you outlander have come here to seek the true treasure of the Eastern continent. You come here to dishonor my people, grave rob my ancestors, and slaughter anyone in your way, I assume. I admire your bravery, warriors, but I must unfortunately step forward and challenge you to a duel. If you win, you will do as you please. If you lose, your comrades will carry your body and guilt back to where you came from. You have come far, but you failed to open your eyes until you got lost. I am quicker than the wind, fierce as the flames, determined as lightning, and soft as the waves. You need to be set straight, and I will have the honor of fighting you here and now. Now draw your blade, silver-haired knight from the west, and show me if you have the courage to stand against the wrath of Shinjin from the Harukina clan." The man says with a clear and monotone voice. He keeps his gaze on you, not even blinking. And that's it for this time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care, and I'll see you in chapter 9.